Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Here at the Dice Tower Midwest Annex, I'm Mike DeLisio, and for those of you that were expecting crowd surfing, mea culpa, my apologies, it was my mistake. There was never going to be a crowd surfing this week, but some communication channels got crossed, and so I had gone ahead and scheduled one, and there really is no no studio right now that is up and running that we could run crowd surfing out of. So that is not happening. And instead, I thought, well, look, people were expecting a live stream today. Let's go ahead and do something at the 2 o'clock local Eastern Standard Time hour. It won't be crowd surfing, but hopefully it's something we can still have a little bit of fun together as a group and play through a game. And so I have not attempted this before. I know that especially maybe during the height of the pandemic, there were some, live streams where games were played kind of cooperatively. And but this is something that I don't think that I've tried to do. Maybe I did it once. I can't remember. But we're going to give it a shot because why not? Let's let's just have some fun and see if we can play. So yeah, already someone here is Kurt is assume this means no crowd surfing. Yes, that is correct. Again, my mistake. I went ahead and canceled that live stream and put this one up instead because, like I said, I wanted to do something for all of you who are expecting a live stream. And hopefully you're not getting sick of me. I've been all over live stream this week. But hey, it's a good excuse to hang out and have some fun. So what we're going to do today is we are going to attempt to collectively play together the game Figment, which the box cover is right there, okay? So Figment is one of a series of 4 games that publisher CMYK came out with at the same time. And it was called the Magenta line of games. And so it was 4 different card games. And what Figment is if you are familiar with a game a few years back by designer Wolfgang Warsch, who is also the designer of this game, called Illusion. It was a small box card game where you were flipping over cards and you were looking at patterns of colors and trying to determine the percentages of colors on those cards. Well, that was a competitive game where you would put a card in its array, and you'll see how it kind of works here, but another player could call you on it and say, no, you've got it in the wrong spot. And if they were right, they'd get a point. If they were incorrect, you would get a point. So we're essentially kind of doing the same thing where we are arranging cards according to their percentage of a particular color. And but here we're doing it cooperatively, all right? And so the one little hang up is going to be that there's a little bit of a delay, right, between what I'm doing and what you see. And so I'm just going to be as patient as I possibly can, and we're going to try to make this work, all right? And I think we can. I feel confident that we can make this work. So let's just jump right to the table right now, all right? Let's do it. Okay, so what is different about this game than Illusion? Well, than Illusion. I already said that it's now cooperative instead of competitive. The other thing that's different is we've got these scoring chips, or betting chips, I should say. All right. And so what's going to happen is 5 rounds. And each round we're going to be laying out 5 cards in an array and trying to put them in the order according to whatever color is going to be flipped over on these arrow cards. And so after we have put these cards in a order that we feel comfortable with, we're then going to bet between 1 and 5 points, essentially, with how confident we feel about that. So every round, we're going to be betting one of these. But if we're like, gosh, we don't feel really good about this one, we'll just bet the 1 chip, because if we get it right, that's an extra point. But if we don't, then, we're only losing 1 potential point. There is also a scoring in this, which is different than in the cooperative version of the game. And so you can see these cards are going to just be kind of like these abstract cards that are filled with shapes and colors, all right? And we're going to be looking at them one at a time and putting them in an order. So for the purposes of this live stream, for us trying to play this cooperatively, what I think we're going to do is the first card is just going to be a seed card, right? That's just going to go in the middle, and then we're going to adjust other cards accordingly. But what I think we should do is, I was thinking of having like the 5 cards be related to the numbers 1 through 5. So yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to say we're going to maybe pick a card, or we could just say before and after, or B and A. So it can be, we could be doing one card at a time. There's no perfect way to do this, but we're going to give it a shot. We're going to give it a shot. All right. So let's shuffle up these arrow cards. Okay. And the first color that we are looking for is green. Okay. So we're looking for how much percentage of this image is green. And this is our seed card. Okay. So this is our seed card, our first card. Next thing that we're going to do is we're going to look at the second card. And what we're essentially trying to figure out is there more green in this card than in this card? If we feel that there is more green as a total percentage of this image than this, then we would put it on the right side of the card, because we're going to be going in increasing numbers. All right. My personal opinion is that this has less than that card. That's my personal opinion. So for this second card, are we saying maybe we'll do that, less or more? Nick Markley says that they feel like I do, that this has less green, and everyone's hopping on board. You got this figured out. All right. Less green, less green, less green. I don't have a single more green in the chat yet. Okay, great. So these 2 cards are here. This is our next card. Okay? And unfortunately, Michael, this is absolutely true. This is one of the bummers of this game, is that just by the very nature of it, it's all about percentages of colors. If you are colorblind, unfortunately, it just is not a game that's going to work, I think. And so that is a bummer there. That is definitely a bummer, and I apologize for that. So this card, let's say, would we put it in how are we, this is, are we feeling also less, but is it less than this card? So let's go with this. Let's say, does this card go in first, second, or third position? First, second, and third position. To me, these are very close. My gut is telling me that this should be in first position, so first, second, or third position. And so Jason Dunham is asking, it's not total area, it's percent, right? So it's percent of the image. What percent of this total image is green? Okay. So I'm saying this should be in first position. I've got another first, I've got 2 seconds. Charlie Wells shares DNA with Illusion. Absolutely, same designer. It's just a cooperative version. Okay. I've got slightly more people saying first. Slightly more people saying prefer first. And yes, it is percentage of the image. Percentage of the image. Okay. So I think most people are saying first. We have at least 3 people that are saying second. But more people are saying first at this point. Oh, now we're getting some more seconds. Now we're getting some more seconds here. Is the white part of the cards included in the 100%, or is it only the other colors? No, it's just the colors images, yes? Got another first. All right, okay. We're gonna go with first by a tiny bit, and I agree with you. I think this is getting very, these are close. All right, here's our next. Here's our next one. Wow. This is terrible. I hate this card. James Nathan, who is part of CMYK, the curator, I believe he is. So this is the packaging for Figment here. This is the third in the line of the 4 that they released at the same time. You can see here, this is kind of the packaging of it. And we've got the rule book here. And James, I want to make sure I get your credit correct here. James is the curator. All right. White is included, okay. That is, the sum of the 4 colors on the back will not sum to 100%. Okay. Does that make sense? All right. So this is tough. So where do we think this should be? First, second, third, fourth spot? So Loopy's saying all the way to the right. I don't know. I don't know if I think it's all the way to the right. I don't know if I feel like this has more green than that. I'm seeing third. A couple of people saying third. So right now we got this happening. Wow. Third. Jason Dunham saying fourth. I tend to agree that I think this is third. I can't do an exact zoom, but this is the best I can do. Second or third. All right. Yeah, I think third is the consensus as well. Does the gray lines cover it up as well? Yeah, I mean, the gray lines, there we go. Let's see if I can get a better, crisper focus on that. Yeah, this is a tough card because I'm getting second, I'm getting fourth. I still feel like third has been the consensus there. Well, not the consensus, the majority. All right, our final card right here, we're looking for green here. My gut, I'm going to put it here, but I'm playing with everybody. So we're going to put it wherever we want, okay? My gut is telling me that this is the most, but I'm definitely willing to be, so I'm going to keep it down here. Should this be in first, second, third, fourth, or fifth? I'm saying fifth. Brett, Paul, Wade saying fifth. Lem saying fifth. I'm going to give a little bit of time for people to weigh in. Does it help to do this? If it helps, I'll be happy to do that. Least amount of blue. Does that help? It would help, Nick, if we were playing with the blue arrow. Okay, plead the fifth. All right, so fifth. Everyone seems pretty happy with that. So this right now looks to be our final order. Okay, so as that is the case, as we've decided that this is the order for green that we're going here, how confident are we in our bid? Because here's what's going to happen. What's going to happen is we're going to choose to start from either side, okay? We're going to choose to start from either side and flip the cards over one by one. Why does it matter which side you flip? Because if you feel very confident up to the fourth card, you'd want to start here. Because for every card that you get correct, that counts as a point, If you get all 5 of them correct, you're going to get all the 5 points plus whatever bet you placed on it, okay? So a couple of decisions we have to make. Loopy is saying 5 on 5th, 4 on 4th. No, that's not exactly how it works, Loopy. It's how confident we are in the whole thing, because we're only betting 1 chip per round, okay? And it looks like people are saying that they feel more comfortable starting from the right side and going left. Okay, so we're going to do that. We're going to start on the right side. Now, I want you to type in either bet 1, bet 2, bet 3, bet 4, bet 5. Type in your bet. What should we be betting 1 through 5? And once we bet it, that's going to be it for this game. You know, for these, you get 1 per round. I've got start on the right side with a 3. I've got a bet 1. We're good with right, Loopy. We're definitely starting right. Although, wouldn't it suck if those are closer than we may think? Bet 2, bet 3, 2 or 3. Bet 5. We got 3 right now. 3 is the leader. I'll give it another 20, 30 seconds or so. Now I'm getting some 2s in there, a couple of 4s. I think 3 is still, but it's very close. 4s. Okay, now 4 I think is getting there. Flip 7. Yeah, no, I don't think. All right. I don't want to have to count these. I think 3 is still slightly in the lead. I'm going to give it 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, I didn't get any more votes in there. And another 3 came in. All right, we're betting 3. And we're starting on the right, folks. Here we go. How much green? 25%. Okay? 25%. We want this to be lower than 25%. 15%. Okay, now I'm worried about this card. Now I'm very worried. I did not expect that to be such a drop. All right, here we go. Come on, baby. And if it's a tie, we're okay. If it's a tie, we're okay. Oh my gosh. Now we're hosed here. This was our mistake. This was our mistake. Okay, so I think we're going to end up with 3 points out of this round. Let's find out. No! Oh! Ho! Boo, boo, boo. Look at that. That's crazy. All right, so we're at 4 right now. Here's the final turn. Will this be 5 or less? Booyakaya! Look at that. 8 points in the first round, everybody. We should have gone 5. We should have bet 5. Yes. 4, 5, 6, 15, 25. Very well done. Very well done, everybody. That's great. So round 1 of 5. We're going to take these 5 cards. We're going to put them into a scoring pile. I'll just keep them off camera for now. And we got this, all right, which is also great. We're going to put that into our scoring pile as well. Yeah. All right. So now I feel like we got this down. I feel like we know how to do it. It at least seemed like there wasn't too much of a delay. People were able to get their votes in there. Yeah. All right. So now we discard this card. And what's going to be next? It's green again. It's green again. All right. Well, that happens sometimes. That happens sometimes. All right, here we go. Here's our seed card, everybody. Seed card is right here. Okay. Everyone get a good look at that. Here is our next card. All right, now, you can't see anything to compare it to, but I want you to get a good look at that. All right, so is this going to be in the first position or in the second position? My gut is telling me 2. My gut is telling me that there's more green here than there, but this is really close. Okay, so what do we say? This card, first or second position? I've got second, definitely more. Oh, wow. Second. All right, y'all is confident. Y'all is very confident. All right, so we're feeling good about that. Don't we get a new color is the question. Well, this is just randomly shuffled, right? And so you may get completely new colors, but we got this. 2 greens in a row this time. All right, here's our next card. Got kind of a graffiti feel to that. Actually, that's a pretty cool image. I like that. All right, so in relation to these 2 cards, where does this one go? 1, 2, or 3? 1, 2, or 3 for this card. What do we got? I've got my guess. Looks like a lot of people are going with my gut and saying 3. Three for sure. Third, definitely. Look at how confident these people are. I feel like we should just put the 5 chip out there right now. Maybe not. Okay, here we go. Our next green. All right, so we've got a strip here. We've got that kind of semicircle outer edge there. Is this going 1, 2, 3, or 4? 1, 2, 3, or 4? Is the arrow always in the same direction, or could it be turned around? Honestly, since you're going from either direction, I'm not sure it matters. Okay, we got a lot of 2s here. Someone correct me if I'm wrong about the arrow direction, because in illusion, the arrow did matter. All right, Jason Dunham. Calm down with stuff in the ballot box there. All right. So we're happy with this. We're happy with this right now. Oh, Matthias thinks it's less. Matthias thinks it maybe goes here. But it's still overwhelmingly 2 right now. Nick's saying third because there's more white on the rope card. We've got a lot of 2s. Now Jason says he's not sure. It could be 1. But the way I look at 1 is that if you add these up, all the green here, and laid them side by side, it's not going to be much more than that. And then you've got all of this here. I don't think it's 1. I agree that I think it's second or third. I agree that it's second or third. Can we see them up close next to each other? Which 2? These 2 probably would be my guess. There we go. What do we think? Should this go here? Or should it go here? Man, see, I'm getting a lot of second or third. Let me see how much. It's also hard for me to sometimes tell where these let off and we're betting for a new card. Okay, the way they are, so like this. No, a lot of more people are saying 2, I think. All right. So we're good with this. We're good with this? Okay. We can make changes at the end, but once we start flipping, all right, here we go. Here's our last card of this array. This one is tough because it's got a lot of it's got like a bit of an optical illusion and wow. That's a tough one. Okay. Um, Let me put this one. Yeah, this card is brutal, Nick. Let me put this next to the other cards. Okay. The comments are hilarious. All right. So 1 through 5, where is it going, folks? 1 through 5. All right. I see 4, 4, 3, 4 or 5. 4 seems about right. 4, 3, 5, going third, fourth, 3. Oh, I have to have a vote in here too, don't I? This card sucks. I'm seeing more 4 than anything else. I'm going to tell you this. I think regardless of where we put it, we need to start from the left. All right, I'm seeing more 4s than anything else. These are the 2 I'm worried about, I think. Is there more green on the left or on the right? Man. All right. My vote is actually 3. My vote is 3, but I could easily be swayed to anything. I almost feel like I have to like start counting these because this one's close. Part of me is saying, I mean, my gut is saying that I'm seeing more 4s than anything else. Yeah, I'm seeing more 4s than anything else. So that's the one I think that I'm going to go with because that does seem to be the majority of choices here. My gut's telling me it's 3, but we'll find out. We're going with 4. Now, tell me what we're betting. Type in either bet 1, bet 2, bet 4, bet 5, and which direction. I'm voting that we go left to right. And honestly, I'm voting that we bet 1 and go left to right. But I'll give you some time. So they're asking about the percentage of colors. The way they put it in the book, each card features art with different amounts of magenta, blue, green, and silver printed on it. The amount of each color is listed as a percentage on the card back, but it's secret while you're playing. Okay, so we're going left to right. I'm seeing bet 1, bet 2, 2 left, from left, bet 1, 2, bet 3 left, 2. I think 2 is the biggest. Definitely left to right. I think that's a consensus. All right, let's do it. Let's go with this. I think this is our consensus here, is that we're going left to right, betting 2. I sure hope that we're not going to be less sure of something than this, but let's go. All right, so we're going green, left to right. 4%, that's a good start. I feel pretty good about 4%. Pretty confident that that's got more than 4%. My concern is that if this is anything higher than like a 10, I'm going to be a little bit worried. It's an 8. Okay, that's good. I feel good so far. All right. You guys still with me here? My guess is here, this is going to be between 12 to 15. It's 10. Wow. Very low percentages through the first 3 cards, right? Very low percentages. And yeah, those two were close. This one worries the heck out of me, as I think it worries everybody. But I feel pretty good now. I think that there's more than 10% there. I do think there's more than 10% there. I think we may have done it again, but nah, I'm getting way ahead of myself. False confidence. Here we go. 14. Folks, I think we may be good. I think we may be good here. 20. Look at that. Look at that. I'm glad you guys went with 2. 4, 8, 10, 14, 20. Boom. That's 7 points. 1 for each card. 2 for our bet chip. I'm keeping these, like I said, I'm keeping these in a score pile off camera. I'll bring them back out when we reach the end of the game. All right, so here we go. Next color is blue. Blue. All right, so here, get green out of your mind. Get green out of your mind. And I double checked, I'm not seeing anything again about the order of the arrow or the, yeah, no, I think it's always going that way. All right, again, I don't really think it matters. So blue, here's our seed card. There's a good amount of blue on this card, right? That's a pretty heavy seed card. Whoop. Next up, are we comfortable that this is less blue than this, percentage-wise? All right. Are we comfortable with that? I feel pretty comfortable with that. All right. Here we go. This is an interesting card. That is an interesting card. That's not an insignificant amount of blue. But where are we lining this up in relation to the other two for blue? Is this going in position 1, 2, or 3? I'm going to give you a little bit of time to catch up here. I think we're all comfortable that this came before this. But now I'm going to give you a little bit of time to talk about this one. Okay, I'm seeing middle. I'm seeing 2. Give some more time. Wow, okay, 2 seems to be the popular choice here. I'm going to provisionally put this in here unless I start seeing differences, or maybe when you see it in the array, visually it changes your mind. Nick asking, is this a follow-up to another game? Yes, it's a re-implementation of Illusion from Wolfgang Warsch, same designer. This is a cooperative version of that game. That game was competitive originally. So are we comfortable with this? We feel good with 1, 2, and 3 so far? I want to give enough time to breathe. Silence can be, you know, a little bit frightening on a live stream, but I think it's important that everyone gets their chance to get their word in edgewise here. It's worked for us so far. Okay, we're good. Here we go. This is where things, I think, get a little bit interesting. Okay, significant amounts of blue on this card. What do we think? Let me get them all so you can see the full breadth of the card. Does this card go in 1, 2, 3, or 4? Wade Curtis says, I think 1 and 2 are close. I agree with you, Wade. Those are very close for comfort. Okay, I'm getting 3s here. I tend to agree, although I think these cards are maybe closer than we may think. Three. Okay, I'm getting mostly 3. I'm getting a couple of 4s. Looks to be like this is where things are kind of looking at this point. One thing I want to point out, if we ever get to silver, we're going to have to adjust for the fact that it has a bit of a sheen to it. So sometimes things can look white when they're laying flat, but there's actually silver in there as well. I want to make sure you see that. Okay. Looks like 3 is where we're comfortable. Okay. Okay. All right, here we go. What about this? Don't love this card. There's a lot of blue there. What do we think? 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 for the blue percentage here. Yeah, unfortunately, Kurt, yeah, the silver looks yellow and white sometimes. It is the color that I think is maybe the most problematic to make out under particular lighting. You know, I think it shows up better in some lighting than in others. We're getting some 5s here. I think right now 5s are leading, but there's some 4s in there as well. Okay, 5s. Okay. My gut is telling me that this is... Man, I'm torn here. I'm torn here. Oh, yes, let's cross the silver bridge when we get there. That's true. We may not even get silver come up. Yeah, this is a where 4 or 5 issue, I think, is what we're looking at here. We could, James, skip silver cards if they come up. We'll deal with that when we get to it. Like they said, we'll cross that silver bridge when we arrive. All right, golly. I've got 4, third, 4, 5, 5, 5, 4.5. 4, 4.5, not fair. We can't do that. 4, 5, 5, 5, 5. This one is tough. All right. I think I'm going to have to be the tiebreaker on this because we're like split right down the middle on 4 and 5. Man. All right. My gut tells me 4. Wade feels really good about 5. Does anyone else feel really good about one or the other? Because I don't feel really good about this either way. I really don't. Let's put it in that lineup, okay? Now you can see them as a whole. How comfortable are we with this? Or, as Mr. Millstream says, should I place it in 5th and start from the left? What do we think? I think betting 1 is a good choice, Loopy. I'm giving us a chance if we want to change it. I'm not feeling about 4 and 5 and about 1 and 2. All right. I'm getting some 5s here at the end. I'm gonna swap it and go 5s. Okay. We're going to go this because I started seeing some fives at the end. What side do we start from? I think I'm seeing left more often. So tell me what side, start from left to right or right to left. And are we betting 1, 4, or 5? I'll give you guys a few minutes here. It doesn't feel good about 2 and 3, Monica says. Okay. Start from the left. I have 3 people saying start from the left. Okay. Left with 1. Bet 1, start from right. That's the first one I'm saying start from the right. Left to right, bet 1. Now it's interesting. Some people are saying bet 5, and I get that because we don't know. I mean, it could just get tougher from here. But how confident do you feel about this? That's really what we're betting on. All right, I'm seeing a lot of left ones. Here we go. Locking it in. Left ones. We can't bet 2, Mark, because we already bet the 2. The only options we had left were 1, 4, and 5. All right, here we go. Blue. 13%. I hate that. I hate starting with 13. Okay. I'm a little worried about these 2 here. I'm worried that this comes after that. Here we go. 21%. We may be all right. I think that's more than 21%. Here we go. Woo! Oh, man. 23. Oh, okay. All right. All right. We're okay. 31%. This is where it all comes down to this. Is this more than 31%? I think you guys were right. I think you guys were right. I think this one's going to be more than 31%. Here we go. No! 29! I was right. Oh. All right. So what that means is that this card is incorrect. These cards, we got 4 of them right. So we're going to get 4 points. I'm glad we did not bet the 4 or the 5. So we get 4 points. This 1 goes away. And now we have our 4 and our 5 bet chips still left. Okay. All right. Okay. That's all right, guys. We've done really well. That was the first card we missed. And it was the last card. So we still got 4 points out of it. I think we did fine. All right. Let's see what happens next. It is a magenta card, so we don't have to think about silver at this point. All right, so this is our seed magenta card here. Pretty decent amount there. All right, there's that. Man, we got another one of these rope ones. A good amount of it is being covered up by other ones. All right. Are we thinking 1 or 2 for this card? I'm thinking 1, but I'm taking suggestions. Okay. All right, Loopy, it can't be 3. Ridiculous. I'm seeing 1, 1 less, 1, 1 first. Okay. All right. Okay, I think we're good there. Here is our net. Oh God, I'm already disgusted by this card. Okay, We have to focus on this card first. There we go. Now, scoot these up. Is this card 1, 2, or 3? 1, 2, or 3? What's my gut saying? My gut is saying that this is 2. My gut's telling me 2. All right, I'm starting to see there's not much of a delay, which is great. I'm seeing some 2s there. 2. Okay, okay. Feeling good about this so far. And now, let's look at this absolute, just, what? What do I do with this card? What do I do with this card? All right, so there's a lot of magenta in there. There's a lot of blue in there. But where does this go in 1, 2, 3, or 4? This is a lot of magenta. Is it more than this one? Man. Yeah, I'm leaning for. Yeah, if you take a look at this card long enough, here we go. Blur your eyes out and you'll see a dinosaur. You'll see Joey Evans. All right, 3 or 4. I'm starting to see some 3s now. Okay. Okay. Jason is asking to see it next to the curtain. Right now, the majority is saying this, but they want to see these two together. Okay. This is still the card in contention. I think the majorities are saying, oh, now people are jumping to 4. That was my gut. My gut was 4, but there may still be more 3s here. This is close between 3 and 4. Solid 4 from Dryer Flyer. Still 3, yeah, 3, 3rd. Okay, I think we've got more 3s. Yeah, okay. Here's our final card, folks, for this second to last round. There we go. Not an insignificant amount of magenta in that card. We're thinking, I'm worried about these two a bit. I'm also worried about that now. Gosh, now I don't know. All right. 1 through 5. Where is this card going? 1 through 5. I got a 3 from Loopy. What do we think? Okay, now we're starting to get one. Okay, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Well, all right. Seeing 3s. Okay, I've seen nothing but 3s. I saw 2 4s pop up. Yeah, Mr. Millstream, we want the next card instead. No kidding. Yes, I would love that card for magenta. All right. Let's see here. So, are we comfortable with this? Well, are we as comfortable as we're going to be with this lineup? If so, are we going left to right? And are we betting 4 or 5? All right. My gut is saying that we definitely go left to right, but 4 left is what I'm hearing. From the right, 4. Surprised that Nick, you feel more comfortable going from the right. Left 4, left 4, left 4, 4 from left. Jason Dunham would switch these 2 cards. I'll let that sit there for a few seconds. Otherwise, right now we're sitting at betting 4 from the left. Anyone else strongly feel that 3 and 4 should be switched? We have one more person that agrees switch 3 and 4. I'll need to have more than that. Left 4, still worried about 4 and 5. Wondering about 3 and 4 too. Okay, will you hold 4 up to the camera again? I will do that. And I'll also hold 3 and 4 next to each other. Okay, there's what we have as 4 right now. There's what we have as 3 right now. These are the 2 next to each other. Does a magenta taper? I don't believe it tapers, but there are other colors that kind of mix in with that. So as of right now, this is what we have. There have been people that are saying to switch 3 and 4. So it would be like this. Are we happier with this? Or do we go back to the way it was? We're going to have to make a choice here, folks. Keep it the higher percentage of the other colors. So, Nick, you're saying keep it like this? All right. The current number 3 with graduated color seems to have white in the magenta. It's actually going to be silver in the magenta. Silver, that's in there. Okay, not white. All right, we're going with this. We're going left, no switchback. Come on. We got to make a choice here. What do I think? All right. I don't love being the tiebreaker. I personally think, man, this sucks. That's what I think. I think it sucks. I could go either way here. All right, I'm going to try this one. Oh, this is great where it is now. All right, we're going with this. We're going left to right. We may get host. You know, it just that may be the case, right? All right. What percentage of magenta? 13%. Okay. 13%. This is not going to be far from that. We may actually, oof. All right, we'll see. I think this is, ooh. Yeah, I think we're okay. 16. Okay, yeah, that was close. Folks, here, you know, we know this is going to be better than that. These are going to be the ones, and honestly, these next 3, who knows? We're going to find out. 23%. Honestly, that number is lower than I would feared. So I don't know. We may be okay here. I don't know. I just, oof. All right, are we ready for the flip? Whoa! Oh, man. Man. 24%. The only way it could have been closer is if this was another 23, and that can happen, right? I agree. This is going to be, I don't know that this is more than 24%. But we'll see. All right. Boom! Look at that. We nailed it. Nailed it. That was a tough, tough round. That was really, really tough. Look at that. Look at that. 13, 16, 23, 24, and 31. We did good. That's 9 points. 5 for the cards that were correct. 4 for our betting chip. All right, last round. Last round. I have a feeling, honestly, I think if this is silver that maybe, it's not. It's magenta again. All right. Well, again, I don't hate magenta for this card. Don't hate magenta for that card. So, are we comfortable with making this card come after that card? All right. So we are stuck with the 5 here. This is going to be, this is what we got. Okay. So right now I feel like we're probably comfortable with this. Yeah. Let's look at this one. Magenta here. Okay. Magenta here. Let me put it down. Is this first, second, or third? I see a second. Two. I see a couple of thirds, Let's put these 2 next to each other. We're looking at magenta here. You are getting sleepy. Yeah, no kidding. Second, third. Definitely second. Okay. We'll go with that for now. Here we go. All right. First, second, third, or fourth? With the spirals, can't tell what's white or what's silver. I'll make it easy. There are no white spiral. Well, there are white spirals. Actually, I can't make it easy for you. This is silver. This is silver. There's very little silver on this card. You can see it kind of. There's really 3 silver circles in that card, if that helps. I'm seeing a lot of 3. What do we think? I see a 2. I see a 4th. Mostly 3. I'm inclined to go with 3 as well. Okay. Third. Okay. All right. I think right now this is kind of where we're at. And I'm going to scoot these a little bit because I think we're not going to be having anything before this card. All right. Here's our last card. Our last card of this game. Right. What do we think? So the only silver in this card are those bottom two stripes, just so you're aware of that. Everything else is white. What do we think? First, second, third, or fourth? Fives. Fives. Okay. One, two, do I have them all in that bag? So Monica asks, while this is the third game in the series, what's the second? Let me find out which ones are numbered which. I'll be right back. I'm just going to do a little bit of I'm just going to do a little wandering around the annex. I've got the other ones in here, I think. No, I've got them in here. Actually took two of them to the game day I was at. All right, so game number one is Fives, which is a trick-taking game that I actually already reviewed on the channel. Two is Duos, which is a re-implementation of team play. If you ever played that, team play is a team-based game that is something that I will be reviewing on the channel. Number three is what you're watching, which is Figment. And the last one in this line is Fruit Fight by the one true and living Dr. Reiner Knizia. It's a re-implementation of a number of games, Hit, No Mercy kind of thing. And if you, I think they still have these. I got them as a set off of the CMYK website, and they came with a nice bag, a nice canvas bag. So, all right, I'm seeing some twos and threes need switching here. So let's get in here. Okay, so 2 and 3 need swapping. Do we agree with that? Let's try it this way. See what we think. Let's see what we think. We know we're betting 5. There's no decision to be made there. I do believe we had more 5s here, right? We're still okay with having this as our 5. Okay, so we're hearing don't switch 2 and 3. Let me put these up. What do we think? This is the way they originally were. We can get this out of the mix. Five is good, switch back 2 and 3. So now I just need to remember. Okay, so taking everything else out, everything else that was out before. Is this the way we're happy with it, or do we need to make switches? I'm going to be looking at comments from this now. Starting now, I'm going to say, is this what we, is this what we want? This looks correct now. I do see an original order. This is perfect. Well, we know we're betting 5, Mr. Millstream, no matter what. Looks good. Go from the left. Happy. And we haven't talked about that yet, left or right. I hate it, bet 5. Good by me. Not sure, but go for it. I don't have people like screaming in protest. Swap 2 and 3. We want it, but we're not happy. Monica thinks the whole thing is wrong. Let me give my opinion. My gut is we're good. My gut tells me we're good. Yes, these are the problematic cards, I think. But the interesting thing is that this card, man, now I'm questioning myself. We're going to go with it. Although I'm a little worried because magenta, other than maybe silver, is the lowest percentage on this particular card. I just, oh. All right. Are we good? Go for it. Here we go. Starting from left to right. This is what? 2, 3%? 1%. 1%. We got a point. Here's where we find out. Yeah, I have no idea. 14. It's a little higher than I would like. It's a little higher than I would like. I'll tell you the truth. I wouldn't be surprised if this is also 14. I have seen that happen before. I'm afraid to turn it over. Come on, baby. No! Man. 23. Oh, and 23. That's crazy. I didn't realize those were the same. Yowza. All right, so we did not get those. We did not get this. We got these. Man, folks. I'm really surprised by this. Really surprised by that. This seems significantly more than this. Looky there. Okay, so that being said, everybody, let's get to the scoring. This is our stack O cards. This is our stack O point chips. All right, sorry I'm getting a little bit of glare. It's because I've got the overhead light on as well. I just thought more light better for these. So let's look at how scoring works. After 5 rounds, count up the cards you correctly flipped over every round plus any bonus points won. So here is the metric. 25 points gets us a bronze medal. 30 points gets us a silver medal. 35 points gets us a gold medal. And if we ever reached gold, we can try challenge mode where instead of doing 5 cards, we're doing 6. All right, here we go. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're starting with 9 here. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, bronze medal, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. We just got silver. All right, folks. Hey, 30 points and a silver menu, or menu. I saw something about menu on here. 30 points and a silver medal. I'll take it. I'm pretty happy with that. You guys did fantastic. Do we win ties? Yes. If there's a tie, you're fine either way. But yeah, look, we got that silver medal. It was our first time playing this together. I think we did very, very well. And I had a lot of fun. I think the message that I'm going to take for this is if I want to be successful in this game, just get 40 to 50, let me see actually, 90 or so of my good friends, and I might have a better opportunity to do well in the game. All right, well, that was a lot of fun, guys. I enjoyed that immensely, and hopefully this made up for my crowd surfing snafu. And hey, keep it around. Oh, can you get this game now? As far as I know, I got it off of the CMYK. That's the publisher. I got it off of their website. And so I'm not sure immediately if it is at this moment. I hope so. But you can certainly check that out. And yes, that is it for this stream. Do stick around. We've got reviews going up. We've got still our top 10s, the individual top 10s from the Spring Spectacular that we are doing, that we are replaying. We're replaying the live plays that we did. So yeah, so says it is in stock on their site, and Amazon has all of them too. There you go. Good news, good news. So if you are interested in this one, then yeah, you've got an opportunity to pick it up if you are interested. And like I said, I've already interviewed. I'm losing it. I have already reviewed Fives, which is a really good trick-taking game. And I'll end up reviewing, me or people on the channel will end up reviewing all of them, I am sure. All right, guys. Well, it was my pleasure. Thank you for all of your help. Silver medal, I'll take it every day. All right. Take it easy, guys. Until the next time I see you, this is Mike Delisio, signing off from the Dice Tower Midwest Annex.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another video on the Dice Tower. Hey, do you want to know what's going on with Dice Tower? Do you want to know about our events, our cruises, special things that we're going to do live here in the Dice Tower? Subscribe to Dice Tower Digest. Go to dicetowerdigest.com. It's a newsletter that we send out bi-weekly. We won't use your email for anything else. This is just to get you some information about the Dice Tower so you'll be up to date. Thanks for watching.